Hi, everyone. Thankful to have you here on this Wednesday, January 29. A cloudy and cold one out there. Clouds will continue. Temperatures are going to start to rise. We're going to hit the 60-degree mark. We're going to see some rain on a couple of different occasions, thanks to a couple of different systems. And we're still just kind of waiting in the wings as to see whether or not we're going to see the cold air return late next week. I'll tell you weather-wise what we can expect in just a few seconds. I'll tell you how the Lady Hornets game turned out last night before we try to catch the last of the girls' game tonight. It was a doubleheader at Paintsville tonight. Girls tipped off at 6 right about now, and the boys at 7:30, so highlights to come tomorrow. The McGoffin County Board of Education took a vote last night on keeping Scott Helton on for another 4 years as superintendent of the schools. We've got a place that you'll want to be TV-wise tomorrow night besides here. Very special edition of the Family Feud for a local Sagersville family. A few other things that I'm going to put in as well, time-wise, including a glimpse ahead into tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent before I leave you in a rush to make it to Paintsville to catch highlights from tonight's Tiger and Hornet matchups. As of the 1st of January, the application to become a notary in Kentucky was updated to reflect new requirements made in Senate Bill 114 that passed last year, including that the applicant's signature, the applicant uses his or her full name and not just an abbreviated signature. However, there are still old applications out there that are still lying around and being submitted to the Secretary of State's office. Some are so old that they go back to when John Y. Brown III, who was Secretary of State from 96 to 04, was listed on the form. Those forms are no longer valid. That's why the Secretary of State's office is letting potential notaries know that they need to check and make sure that you have a current application. Secretary Business Director Michael Wilson for the office says that we don't want to have to return an incorrect notary application. However, the law does state that a notary's full name must appear in the certificate and match the signature on file in their office. Of course, has to follow that law for about 82,000 active notary commissions in the state of Kentucky. So if yours is about to expire, I think when I used to have mine, it usually expired before I had renewed it, but just a little FYI there from the Secretary of State's office. Don't forget that the Big Sandy Community and Technical College, of course, has a facility here in McGoffin County in the Community Center, and they're having a registration February the 4th, next week, 3:30 till 6:30, for anyone who wants to take English 101, and they say financial aid is available for those who qualify. Also, if you need a GED, the Skills U classes are there at the Community Center if you want to get your diploma, get prepared with college training or job-related certifications, increase your employability skills, and much more. You can call them at 349-4433 in their new location as of the past few months at the back of the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center in Sagersville, or stop by. We'll keep reminding you of that from time to time about the wonderful things they have to offer there. And according to the AP, the Federal Reserve kept its benchmark interest rate just where it was. They didn't change it today at the low level it's been amid an economy they say that looks good and solid, but also is facing some potential threats globally. The Fed says that they had a mostly positive attitude or picture of the U.S. economy in the statement. However, they also repeated their pledge to monitor the world economy, which may be increasingly threatened by China's viral outbreak of the coronavirus. That's one of the factors right now in them keeping a closer eye and not raising perhaps their benchmark as they did not do today. They say stock and bond markets have gyrated in the past week over fears about that virus, and they want to try to keep things stable. Some air footage, if you will, of an auto accident that took place on West Maple Street earlier this morning, just a few doors down from the newsroom here, just below the Sagersville Speedway. 3 people were taken to the hospital after a 2-car collision, a collision between 2 vehicles, and then a second collision between one of those vehicles and one of those cement utility poles on the city streets of Sagersville. A little aerial footage shows the direction from the left of your screen coming from the Ivy Point Hill direction towards the right, which would be the red light in downtown Sagersville. Authorities say that the two-vehicle crash happened this morning, resulting in 3 people being taken to the hospital. We believe the driver in the red pickup truck, according to authorities, may have been making a left turn into the parking lot there and then pulled into the path of the white passenger car. We also spoke with EMS on scene, who said that it appeared as though when the airbags deployed from the impact between the 2 vehicles in the white passenger car, the driver just lost all sight and vision and then continued on and just plowed into one of the old and very sturdy concrete utility poles, which of course serve the utilities in downtown Sagersville. And you can see it just completely knocked it off of its foundation and basically caused catastrophic damage to the pole, serious damage to the vehicle, and again, 3 people suffered injuries as a result and were taken by ground ambulance lifeguard to the Paul B. Hall Medical Center, where their status and condition is unknown at this time. The power company was also called and is scheduled to replace that pole as soon as possible. Next, the McGoffin County Board of Education met in regular session last night on their new meeting date and time. We'll have more of the meeting and business that came from that later on in another report. Tonight, however, we'll focus on one small and brief portion in which the board, at least one member, made a motion to approve a new contract, and then a vote was taken as to whether or not give Scott Hilton, superintendent of McGoffin County Schools, another 4 years.
Make a motion to approve the contract as read.
I second. Motion made by Mr. Jimmy Gullett, second by myself, to approve a new contract with Superintendent Scott Hilton for a period of 4 years at his current salary. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Hilton was hired as superintendent of McGoffin County Schools in May of 2016 at the then previous superintendent's salary. And last night, the board agreed with Hilton in wanting to keep his salary the same and forego a raise given the financial strains on the McGoffin County school system. Hilton will have 36 years in McGoffin County Schools at the end of this newly approved contract. 11 spent in the classroom, 5 as an elementary or middle school principal, 12 at the Board of Education office, and then 8 with this current or new 4 years as school superintendent. I went to Hilton and board members earlier today to get their thoughts on keeping Hilton on as school superintendent for another 4 years, but those that I reached out to were in Frankfort on school matters. It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. You know what's just around the corner? Valentine's Day, and for a very limited time, while they're getting ready for Valentine's Day, you can come in and get 50%, that's half off select home decor and 50% off women's winter clothing at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. It's a must-see sale at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville for a limited time. Half off women's winter clothing and home decor while it lasts. The Seasonal Shop. Come by or call 349-3223. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply, the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on feed for pets and livestock. And now they have Bernie, gear so warm you'll think it's summer, shirts and outerwear, overalls and more for gentlemen and ladies. And Tomahawk always has the best prices on pickup and delivery of gravel and rock that's dense grade all the way up to big class 3 and drain pipe 4 inches all the way up to 72 inches. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply in Sagersville at red light number 4. Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Right now, for pennies on the dollar, a huge selection of like-new laptop computers, a fresh stock of video games, the Cadillac of dog tracking and training systems, new hunting rifles, accessories, and ammo. And they always stock, buy, sell, and pawn gold and silver coins and jewelry with a new selection just in at Parkway Gun and Pawn in Sagersville, 349 Pawn.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
A little reminder for you, we'll have more in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent as McGoffin County Circuit Clerk Tanya Ward came by the office earlier today for some business, actually, but then we kept her here and bent her ear just a bit, getting all that we could out of her before tomorrow night's airing of she and her family's appearance on The Family Feud. Yes, you will be able to see the show tomorrow night, and the only other thing she could really tell us is that well, apparently we're going to get to see them on at least one more occasion. The Ward Family Feud episode airs tomorrow night nationwide. You have, of course, Tanya, her husband Randy, their three kids, Dr. Heather Oliver, Dr. Heath Ward, and Holly Toy, all featured on the show after sending a video in months and months and months ago. Actually, they did that over a period of about 4 years, and finally were invited to go to Columbus and audition. They got a card in the mail, but never heard anything else until last March, and after that, it kind of went on just slowly and steadily until they got the call to go back and audition again in Louisville. So they packed their bags, and then they ended up getting an invite to Los Angeles in May, and even when they got there, they still weren't guaranteed to be on the show, but evidently they were invited to appear alongside Steve Harvey and their family, which, I got to be honest with, I'm kind of surprised, because knowing Tanya and the Wards, I was afraid they might be a little quiet and boring for such an exciting and entertaining show. Yeah, I jest. But nevertheless, she tells us today all that she can, which is basically the time and channels for tomorrow night's episode.
Thursday, January 30th, and our second show will be Thursday, February 6th. So we're super excited.
So tell me, I know you can't tell too much about it until after we all watch it, but how much fun did you have, and what should we expect?
We had a great time. They want you to be entertaining, they want you to be fun and exciting, so we tried to fill the bill and do all that fun stuff, and we had a great time. Made a great family memory.
So everybody gets to watch it?
Yes, it's on nationwide, so if you live in California or New York, we will be aired on Thursday. This Thursday and the following Thursday.
So you were on 2 different appearances?
Yes, 2 different appearances.
Is that all you can tell me?
That's all I can tell you.
Now, as for show times and channels tomorrow night, as Tanya said, you can see it across the nation and here locally on Foothills and on Howard's. Now, I also believe that if you get CW, WKYT, and some other channels, if you're a satellite customer, you may also be able to see it as well. We know you will, I just don't know the channels. I do know that on Foothills, channels 188 and 189, CW, WKYT, tomorrow night at 7:30. On Howard's cable, it will be on Fox 11 out of the Huntington-Charleston market at 5:30, and then on the CW, WKYT network at 7:30. I do not have the channel number for the Howard's lineup, but on 5:30 and on at 7:30 tomorrow night on Howard's, and then on Foothills cable 188 and 189 at 7:30. And we're super excited to see, and we don't know a whole lot, but we know they're going to be on tomorrow night, and apparently they make it another round because Tanya's already telling us that they'll be on next Thursday as well. We'll let you know and remind you then. Here's tonight's calendar brought to you by Farm Bureau in McGoffin County, and it starts with this birthday. Another birthday tonight. This one a happy belated birthday, it says, because Raven DeBoer's birthday was yesterday, it says, but please wish Raven love, lots of love, and best wishes from Mamaw and Papaw and a whole lot of friends in the fam, too. Happy belated birthday, Raven DeBoard. Happy birthday to you. Don't forget, revival still ongoing nightly at the Sayersville Pentecostal Church of Christ on East Maple Street. Come and be blessed. This is your direct and special invitation to join them. And you don't need an invitation, but we're going to give you one anyway, as we do nightly. If you've got a birthday, anniversary, or an announcement for your church, group, club, organization, what have you, if you'll tell me, I'll tell everyone else about it. Just get it in. Nightly obituaries brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, and we have a listing tonight in honor of 79-year-old May Line Helton of Royalton Road, who passed away yesterday. May was married to Rainey Bud Helton, who preceded her in death, and she survived by sons Gerald Anthony and Jeffrey Wayne Helton. Visitations are going to start tomorrow evening after 5, and services will be Friday morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will follow at the Helton Cemetery at Royalton. We have finally done it. After years and years of extensive testing, we not only invented the chicken sandwich, we have perfected the chicken sandwich. Come and try it and love it with a big, famous dipped breast strip, pickles and mayonnaise, or however you like it fixed. And if you like, make it a double. Just make your way to Lee's to get it, and grab a cookie while you're there. At your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe, where even our ice is famous. At Sayersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sayersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sayersville National. Has Logan Corporation got a deal for you? So the next time you need one, you have one. The fact is that Logan is manufacturing so many dump bodies that they're closing out forever their stock on brand new Honda generators and water pumps. They've got over 50 brand new units in the box with the factory warranty on sale right now at prices you can't find anywhere. 2-inch pumps, $300 and $400 off. 3-inch pumps, 4-inch water pumps, trash pumps, Honda generators, the quiet portable EU series, and the 1,000 and 2,000 watt models. Hundreds of dollars off. You can get an EU 1,000 25-pound generator for $642. Save almost $1,000 on their big EB 6,500 generator. With many more models available, all at prices lower than anywhere you're going to find online or elsewhere. Guaranteed. At Logan Corporation, while they last. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sayersville. 349-8785.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
At work, we do a lot of live shows with crowds. I used to sit up there and not really know who was looking at me. I was finally tired of contacts and glasses, tired of paying for contacts, and I just decided I need to get these eyes fixed. Able Eyes was great. If someone asked me if they should get LASIK, I would absolutely recommend it. At first, like many people, I'm hesitant, but after going to Able Eyes and they walk me through it, I know that it's a quick and painless process, and I recommend going to Able Eyes. They were the best.
Right now, you can take advantage of their lowest prices of the year at $1,800 per eye.
With the Lady Hornets and Hornets both in Paintsville tonight for a doubleheader, let's take just a few seconds to talk about last night's home game where the Lady Hornets hosted Betsy Lane. Down 3 points, 4:20 left to go in the half. You're going to see Katie Howard change that and make it a tie game from outside the arc and off the glass. And as Betsy Lane makes their very next trip back down the court, it's Haley Barnett who makes the grab and makes the dash and takes it to the rim and takes back the lead for the Magoffin County Lady Hornets. Then back to a tie. Shay Blanton from just inside the arc. She'll take two and take Magoffin County to a 15-13 lead. They would trail, however, by 5 at the half. And in the end, it was 9 points that separated the Betsy Lane ladies, and that from Magoffin County. Betsy Lane taking the win, and once again, Magoffin County taking to the road tonight with the boys in that doubleheader where I'm off to in just a few moments. In your weather forecast, still no major changes. We've upped the rain percentages and taken any word of snow or mention of snow out of your forecast for now. We're still pushing the 50s and close to, if not hitting the 60s for a day or two. Still kind of waiting to see what's in store after the warm and the rain middle or late next week. So with that in mind, some flurries possible out there tonight. And that's about all you're going to see out of the precipitation for this evening. No complaints. Cloudy skies, a low of 30 degrees to wrap all of your Wednesday up. Tomorrow, continued mostly cloudy skies. We should see right around 42, 43 tomorrow. Calm winds, just mostly cloudy skies. Dry, 33 tomorrow night, back down to close to freezing. And then the rain moves in, and shower chances we'll see themselves pop up on 2 different occasions throughout your forecast. Starting on your Friday, a 30% chance of rain mainly after 2 o'clock or so on your Friday afternoon. Otherwise cloudy, pushing close to 50 on your Friday, and that's not the high in the forecast. Give me just a second. Friday night around 39 and a 40% chance of rain, and that rain looks to continue into your Saturday. Throughout Saturday and Saturday night, off and on, we've got a 30 and 40% chance of showers. Pretty much Friday and Saturday night. Sunday. Now, Sunday it will be gone, and we're going to have a pretty nice end to your weekend. How's mostly sunny and 52 grab you? That's what I thought. 41 and mostly clear Sunday night, and if you liked Sunday, how about Mondays? Partly sunny and 61 degrees. There are going to be some folks who even see, I think, a bit warmer temperatures than that on your Monday. A really nice surge of warm air before what may be the start of the hammer to fall winter weather-wise. I don't have that in your forecast because it doesn't run that far, but we're going to see some cold air return a little later on down the line. Monday night, 48, a 40% chance of rain, cloudy skies. That's that next rain setup where we're going to see all rain. Rain likely on your Tuesday is we're going to see close to 60 again, 58, 42 that night. Rain likely during the day and still a 50% chance Tuesday night. Wednesday of next week, we're going to hold on. Temperatures are going to drop another 10 degrees down to 59. Still mostly cloudy and a lingering 30% chance of rain. And it's where temperatures may start to go thereafter, as we're still talking about the possibility of some winter air making its way back into the region. More on that next time. That wraps it up for tonight with the exception of just a couple of things. They're still in there working hard a little later than usual on this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent. There will be a lot of focus, as you would probably come to expect, on Tom Whitaker and his passing and most certainly his life and his art in tomorrow's paper. And in fact, we're going to dot it full of Tom Whitaker portraits and prints and images as much as we can, in addition to the write-up that we have been working hard, that Heather has been working very hard on in his honor. Much more on the Ward and their Family Feud appearance tomorrow night. The Old Page, brought to you by local attorney Grover Arnott, takes us back to 1997. Some stars of the week at Prater Borders and the Harold Whitaker Middle School being state-bound. What for? Remember, 1997? Well, buy a paper tomorrow and find out. A lot of other great news and entertainment in there as well. We hope to see you reading one tomorrow and see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.